Welcome to class summit. So here I have my basic long skirt pattern or pencil long skirt pattern, whichever one you have. If you do not know how to make it, the description will be in the box below. So I've cut the front part of the skirt, adding my zipper, my sewing allowance, and this is the back. I'm adding 1 inch same allowance, which is sewing allowance for the side of the back, and half inch on top, and at the below I'm also going to add 1 inch. Okay, so by the CB, the center back, I'm going to add 1 inch for zipper allowance. Now for the opening at the back, I'm marking it at the knee, a bit above the knee length. Okay, so 1 inch for zipper allowance. I'll add extra 2 inches for my overlap. Right, I'm adding extra 2 inches. That is what I want to use, not a standard addition. So I'll mark, which is going to make it 3 inches, so I'll mark it straight down. Right, make sure you identify where the opening or the slit is going to stop, because once you cut it you will find it difficult to adjust it. So I'm marking this a bit above my knee point. Right, from the lower part I measure 20 inches up, which is mostly what I use depending on the height of the person. So I'm going to cut, as you can see the way I'm cutting from the waist to the slit opening. I've cut my 1 inch for zipper allowance, then the extra 2 inches for the overlap, and then 1 inch for seam allowance by the side, and this is it. So I'll go ahead and cut on the lining. I'll go ahead and cut on the lining. So this is the lining and the main fabric, front and back together. The lining is shorter than the main fabric by 1 inch. Okay, so I'm expecting that the push in will be half an inch, right? In another video, I'm going to explain this properly, how to get calculation for the lining and the main fabric, and then still maintaining your actual length. So what I'm going to do now is to join the lower part and the lining together, the hem and the lining together. So I will lay the lining on top of the fabric, my skirt fabric, and I'm going to join it at the lower part, right side to right side. Okay, right side to right side. So I'll pick it this way, like I said before, right side to right side, and I'm going to join it. So I'll join it using half an inch. So after joining it, this is what we have, and we still maintain the same at the upper part. The length is still the same thing. Okay, so for the two of them I've ironed it, and this is it. Now what we're going to do is to notch the point where they meet. Okay, or just turn it and make sure it is still the same length that you have. So once I turn it this way, right side facing right side, I'm going to join it. Make sure, if you can't get this, make sure you notch where they are folding over, and then I will join it this way, like so, and down to the end. Right, from here, for just very small 0.25 is enough for you to join it, since we did not add that allowance, but then the allowance is enough to hold it. So that is how I'm going to join it. So after joining, I'm going to notch the center. Yeah, I'm going to notch that center so that it relaxes very well. If you don't notch it, it's going to squeeze. Notch it before ironing so that it will relax properly. Okay, so once I have it this way, I'm going to use my zipper to know where the zipper is going to stop. I'm going to use my zipper to know where to stop before joining down. There are so many other ways to finish the back side of your skirt, but this is just very simple and straightforward for any beginner to follow. So I'll mark a little above the zipper. That is where my sewing is going to begin. Remember, we have 1 inch for the zipper allowance, so I'm going to mark the 1 inch, and that is where I'm going to sew like this, and then bring it up this way. I will use my chalk to highlight it so that you see it properly. That is how I'm going to sew it. 1/2 inch below, and then I'll bring it over this way. This is quite easy. The pictures, the video is quite explanatory. If you don't understand the way I'm saying it, you understand the video. If you don't understand the video, you understand the way I'm saying it. Okay, so after sewing, this is what we have. We have ironed it, and this is the outcome of it. You can see how neatly it is. Neatly sewn, well ironed. Okay, so for the parts that will stay down, you're going to use hemming gum to hold it down. You can double the hemming gum so that it stays properly and permanent, right? Now, depending on where you want the overlap to face, you can face it whichever way before using your hemming gum. So I'll go ahead and add my zipper. I'll sew the zipper this way and then turn it and sew on the other side. And we will practically be done with our slits at the back, finishing the vent so properly. You can see the way it is for any beginner. Now the side of the skirt is properly closed with lining, and so I'm going to hold it this way, fabric to fabric, lining to lining, like so. Fabric to fabric, lining to lining, and that is how we're going to sew it to have a very nice inseam finishing, right? That is how we're going to finish it up, and everything will be perfect. But make sure you have your accurate measurements so that you will not find it difficult to lose and make adjustments. So after that, I will go ahead and add my band and we'll be done. Thank you for watching. Bye.